Hello, welcome to Josefina Sienna. My name is Madison. Josefina was the first American Girl doll that I got in 2006 at the age of 11 from American Girl Chicago, and Sienna's the first Our Generation doll that I got in 2022 as an adult. Don't mind the mess in the background. It is my spring cleaning that I'm doing for my mental health. I'm hosting an event for the month of May. It's very last minute. I'm starting it on May 3rd because I was on the fence if I wanted to do it or not. But I think I'm just going to do it because I feel like in this community, especially with what Trump said, which will be inserted here, the doll community can use a mental health boost. And so today I have an unboxing. I'm doing my spring cleaning, so you see my sewing machine, books, and a tub. These are just priority right now and reusable bags of stuff that I might want to keep or donate. If it bothers you, I'm sorry. I'm working on it with my hectic schedule. Anyways, I took a week off on AG Fashion Week. I'll leave my playlist in the end notes. So stay tuned to that and the cards. I've been really bad at that. My hyperfixation right now is still an 18-inch doll brand, but it's Maplelea. And why this has been like my fixation is I live in the Pacific Northwest. Canada is really close to my border. And so I been to Canada once back in 2013, Victoria, Canada. And if you hear Victoria, Canada, you can probably guess who's down south. That's where my region is. And my first Maplelea doll, which I'll leave in the cards and down below and try to be better at that, is Scylla. And that's usually a lot of people's favorites for American Girl is Scylla and being Inuit and indigenous cultures. So I will be opening another Maplelea. I got 2 more Maplelea dolls since Scylla, but I never uploaded those videos. In 2024, I went through a period where I was working a workload of 80 hours a week, and once I got a doll, I didn't even have the patience to film it for an unboxing. I just unboxed her and I was like, I just miss unboxing a doll just for myself instead of just doing it on a camera. And so there's a few dolls you probably see in the background, as well as my Maplelea dolls. Because the last I did was this channel and updating was I only had Scylla. I got 2 more, and that was around summer in August of 2024 with the Maplelea sale. And so I'm going to showcase you there. I have purchased a character doll as well as a Maplelea and me, and the most expensive doll that I bought from Maplelea was my Maplelea and me, and this Maplelea and me is no longer available through Maplelea, but there's one that looks very similar to it. So I am going to unbox this doll. I'm going to show you my Maplelea dolls, and then truthfully, I think I want to dress my Maplelea dolls for spring, just because once I open this Maplelea doll, I'll have 5. And I've been trying to limit myself to not feel overwhelmed, because I don't know if it's my collection that's feeling overwhelmed or my work schedule, but I felt like just dressing my Maplelea dolls for spring, and I don't have that many Maplelea outfits, so I am probably gonna mix and match like I did for AG Fashion Week. So I am going to share. So I got this thank you card. It's, if I can get it, I don't have scissors with me right now, so I'm hoping I don't need scissors. But I was gonna open this doll by myself, and I decided, you know what? I see this business card. I am going to just film it. So it came with a thank you card for supporting my small business, and this is Marjorie. And And I don't know, I've been on the fence of starting like a doll photo journal, because my phone will be full of storage, and then sometimes I'll post it to Instagram and some photos never make it to Instagram, and then I delete the photos, and then like months later I regret it. There's a ton of bubble wrap, and so this is a character doll, and with Trump's tariffs, I don't know, and I'm kind of assuming that there are going to be tariffs on Maplelea. And if you're new to the doll collecting and it randomly showed up, here's the doll. Maplelea is basically an 18-inch doll, and there are 2 channels. Now there's multiple that I watch, but the first channel I watched to be introduced to Maplelea dolls was Just a Dream Studios. Sorry if you don't like bubble wrap. I didn't think this through. I should have brought some scissors. So I got her a little bit out. So if you don't know what Maplelea is, Maplelea, Just a Dream Studios has a video. I'll put it in the cards and down below, and I'm gonna try to be slower when I upload and just take my time and do the cards and the description and be better about that. So Maplelea is kind of like the Canadian version of American Girl doll that you see down here. And so there are 7 character dolls, but they're not historical. They're more of modern, but they're in each province of Canada. And so for me, being an American and not knowing a lot about Canadian history, I have really enjoyed these type of videos and dolls, just learning about Canada. And so I have one Maplelea me. I debated about getting more. However, this is what happens. When I was a child, I only collected the historicals, and then I got one Truly Me and Girl of the Year, and we got a lot of dolls. So I'm trying to be conscious with my spending. There is two Maplelea me's that I'm really debating about getting. They're the Asian mold and the only black mold. And I want to buy them just to say, hey, Maplelea, please make more diversity. Because right now they're a smaller company than American Girl. And I keep saying they're a smaller company than American Girl, so they don't have a lot of diversity lines yet. And honestly, for how big American Girl is, they still lack in the diversity department. So, especially in their Canada line of dolls. So that's what kind of happened with me in the historicals is I'm very big in advocacy for diversity, inclusion, equity, and the historical line, I felt like it was very selective right now. There is not a single Asian American Girl doll. I made a video a few years ago, and I'll put that in the cards in the description, about how we need an Asian American Girl doll, and they still haven't done that. We have Ivy, but Ivy is retired. And so let's get to the doll. Madison, you've been yapping a lot. So the doll I got, she doesn't have clothes, so if that really bothers you, I'm sorry, but I got Taryn. And when I told my sister that I got Taryn, she's like, oh my gosh, she is like your Maplelea lookalike. And I don't know, maybe, I forgot what province she's from, but I did not buy Taryn from Maplelea. I got her secondhand, and I don't know if it's her hair. Her eye was like this, but I think it's her hair. But this is her hair secondhand. I think whoever owned her really, really cared about her. She does have a little bit of a lazy eye. I don't know what that's about. Like, when she looks at me, it gets lazy. Like, it's this one. And so, if you know how to fix that, let me know. Because, look, I think she just has a lazy eye, which a lot of humans do. I'm not trying to be perfectionist. So this is Taryn. She will be my 5th Maplelea girl. So welcome to the family. And she has a smell to her. It's not like a bad smell. It smells like perfume, which I kind of don't like when resellers do that, because when I go into work, I try to be I spray a perfume 1 hour before going in, because some kids are highly allergic to it. So I found that if you spray 1 hour and let it settle in like lotion, it's not so bad. It's like the spray is initially. So I don't know if she was sprayed with perfume or something with shipping. It's not a bad smell. She smells clean. I think it's more of a type of clean, because you know when you go to someone's house and it just smells clean, but it's not the type that you grew up with. I don't know, but she's really gorgeous. And so I've been debating about collecting all of the character dolls, but also they lacked in representation besides Scylla. So that's where I feel about Maplelea. So I think if I were to have a Maplelea collection, I would have the 7 core girls and then my 3 Mapleleamies. And I will show you who I want as well as who I have. So I got all my Maplelea dolls and I was about to change them, but some of their outfits, like, I love them too much to change them right now, but I feel like they still count for spring. So this is what my Maplelea dolls are currently wearing for spring, and all 5 of my Maplelea dolls. And so there's like no ranking of which one's my favorite. Scylla was my first one, and then the second one, third one, and fourth one just all came together. I like splurged really hardcore. So I guess I'll share Scylla first. So Scylla was a birthday gift. I have a video. It's kind of cringe looking back at it. I didn't know if I wanted to show my face or not on YouTube. And then because I didn't, YouTube kept saying I was a child, so I ultimately was kind of forced to show my face on here. So this is Scylla. She has no shoes on. She and Taryn are the only 2 dolls I changed their outfits. Just because when I did my Indigenous Cutie, she was still in Every Child Matters, which has been on her since September. So I thought, because I am failing as a doll parent right now of changing my doll's clothes. So I thought she, out of all the Mapleleas, needed the change the most. And but then my other 2 have been in it since I got them, and I really should change them. But I love the outfits too much to change them, and with me reorganizing everything, I also didn't want to lose them. So the best way to not lose them is keep them on the doll, right? So this is Scylla. She was a birthday gift from my brother and sister. They did halvesies on her. And I have been obsessed with greens and nature and florals. So I decided to put her in some of these. And I honestly think Scylla can rock anything. So she has no shoes. The difficult thing about Maplelea is they have thinner and narrower feet. So if doll feet is something that bothers you, I should have gave a warning, but I'm sorry. This is our generation, and I don't know where this is from. This is from a subscriber. But yeah, I enjoyed Scylla. She's kind of the one who started this all for me with Maplelea dolls. And I do have her and Kaya were the first 2 Indigenous dolls that I got in my collection. So I have gotten quite a few. I have a large quantity of dolls, but a lot of them are secondhand. And the more I look at Taryn, she does have a lazy eye. However, the biggest thing right now with me, and I put Scylla over there for a second, it's just the perfectionism within American Girl community or doll collecting community, because perfection doesn't exist. And a lot of people on AGIG has ranked my anxiety up to having a doll that's not perfect. So there's no order for doll 2, 3, and 4. They all came in a big box because Maplelea was doing a big warehouse sale. So this doll, I got her. I was on the fence about getting her at first, but my sister said for the price, she was a steal. She did not come in her meat outfit. She came in an outfit that was like hearts and Valentine's Day. I will share that. And this doll is Charles C. And I have her in this robotics outfit. I was influenced by AG Takes Over, and if I can find that video, I will link it in the cards and description. I love Charles C. I believe she's the British Columbia girl, and every time I think of Canada, I just think of British Columbia. And so when I got Sila, she was like the second girl that I wanted, because I have been to BC before, and I thought, you know what, that's something that I'm familiar with Canada, because I performed there for a high school marching band and we won first place. And so I bought this outfit with the dolls, and I have loved it since. And this is Charles C. And she is just something, it reminds me of that time of going to Canada, and I want to go back again. I had a really fun time. I was with my classmates at the time, so I really didn't get to explore it because I was a minor at the time, but I want to go back as an adult one day. The next one has been featured on my Instagram, and she will be featured in another video called Taking My Dolls Out in Public Tag. This is Brienne, and this outfit is sold out. I just recently found out about it. I got her in this outfit, and she's been wearing this outfit since I got her, and I got the Ukraine outfit as well because she is Ukrainian Canadian, and I wanted her first out of the lot when I first got her, because I was kind of, this might be me trying to do my emotions with shopping, which is a bad habit, but I do not buy my collection on credit cards. I buy it with money I have. So every month I'll go through my budget. Some months I'll go without buying a doll. So this is Brienne. She's Ukrainian Canadian, and I was in social studies in elementary school. And because we live in Washington, some of the school districts require us to do Washington State history and Canadian history. And that's like a new thing, according to my professor, that Washingtonians we are now learning a little bit of Canadian history. And I was like, I feel so dumb. I'm going to be an imposter teaching these kids Canadian history when I've never taught it. So I thought of, I went to Maplelea to get inspiration, and I decided to do the Ukrainian Canadians. And that's when I found the concentration camp of Ukrainian Americans, and went into a rabbit hole there, and for getting an A, I decided to get Brienne. So she started technically this Maplelea big bundle, and I got her in this outfit for $50 together. Same with Charles C. They were $50. So I thought, for the quality of these dolls, that's a steal. So this is Brienne. She also went out with me. And the next one, this is my fourth Maplelea. This was inspired by the catalog. So this is Maplelea Me KMF 32. Fun fact, 32 is my favorite number. I don't know why. It has been for a while. So this is I named her Arizona. And in the magazine that I have up there, and I'm too lazy to get it because I'm just trying to film this. There on the cover, it's this doll wearing this outfit, and it shared about the culture. Now, on the top of my head, I'm like spacing out. I read that article back in the fall of 2023 and then reread it in August, and I'm not up to date on it right now. But this is the First Nations doll, and the author that designed this had a daughter named Arizona and Canyon. And for 3 years, which I am on the fence if I ever want to go back, is for 3 years I got my undergrad degree in Arizona. So I loved the outfit. She is Indigenous American, just like, not American, Canadian, or American if you want to do Mexico, Canada, and United States. So she is Native American or Native Canadian, and this is Airy or Arizona. And you will realize in 2024 I went on a spree of naming dolls after locations. I have a Truly Me 118 from American Girl named Phoenix. I have Truly Me 127 named Austin. I have a Truly Me 80 named Dallas. And then I have Arizona. So I think those are the only 4 dolls that I've named after places. But I had a fun time with those girls. And then we have our girl Taryn. So the reason I brought up the perfectionism is the seller didn't disclose that there was a big scratch on her hand, which I do not know if that's shipping or stuff. And then she has like a lazy eye. Like this eye, it doesn't stay open all the way. And so the seller didn't disclose. And I've been so busy with graduate school again because it's picking back up and I'm making up for what I missed for my mental health week. So Macari says sales complete. I don't see anything wrong with her. And if you're a Maple Leaf fan, I don't know what era she is, but those are my 5 Maple Leaf dolls, and I think she does kind of look like me, maybe. She's just in Julie's outfit. Like, this is the one with the fake crocheted and then the floral, but because there's so many purples, it just goes together. And thank you for watching. See, there's that lazy eye, but she's perfect. I'm not gonna return her because perfectionism doesn't exist. And truthfully, buying her supports another doll not going into the landfill that pollutes our planet. And it allows someone who may be financially struggling to have an income. And so those are my 5 Maple Leaf dolls. I know it's a very long video, and I hope to see you guys in another video. Bye.